Okay, last one is the one I just shot last weekend up at Ojai for those rams and did very, very well at the 500-meter match. This is a 142 grain Sierra Match King, which is like one of the best bullets you can buy in the world. It's behind Varget powder, 30 grains in the 6.5 BR. We already know it shoots outstanding. It's just a matter of what is the exact velocity. This is 2142. Not that hot. I would rather it be going faster. This barrel's experienced some wear since I originally bought it. 2173, so 30 feet a second extreme spread. So you see, it's still, you know, it's higher than I want it to be, but it still shoots like a house afire. Did great on those rams and turkeys with it last week. 2171. Well, that explains it. The first one was the anomaly, out of the group, and what we're looking at is 2171. Let me give that 2170, and that, of course, gets 2 stars because it's already a proven load. And we're going to base the extreme spread not on that first one, although we can throw that in, but we're going to base it on experience and the last 2, which were extremely consistent. And that we're putting down at 2. So you might think I'm lying. I'm not lying to myself. My performance at trophies are dependent on this, so I'm not going to kid myself. I might come back out at another time and retest it with a larger percentage of shots to be able to confirm what it's doing. But we know this is going to work. And it's not just this last weekend that I shot it. I've shot it for years in this cartridge. And sometimes it's a little hotter, and that might be what I'm going to do is jack this up a little bit. Because the barrel wear has caused me to extend the length of the cartridge, which means there's more airspace inside, which is perfect for filling with powder. So I could easily put another grain of powder in there. So, thank you for attending the Gunzorro School of Reloading.
Okay, as I promised, we're going to take a look at the loading data that we accumulated. It's a little bit of a mess here, but let's put something on this so it doesn't blow around so much. You take a look here, you see the gun and the cartridge, the bullet, like the 120 Match King, the powder, 10x. We got 2 stars there because it was very consistent at 25.5 grains. The velocity was 2160, and we left no notes on that. Let's come down to that one that we really liked a lot, the 107 Match King. And I put a bracket around it so I could pay attention. It's 10x powder. That's made by Alliant. 26.5 grains, 2 stars. 2 stars in that bracket really gets my attention. 2250 was the velocity and 1 extreme spread. And as we go down, let's look at those other 2. It was 11 extreme spread, then 26 extreme spread with that 10x. And we can go down a little further. We did all these different bullets. The 6BR was that alternate gun that we used while we cooled down. And here's our velocities. Let's see, I think all we noted for comments was just the overall length right here. And this, look at this one right here. This is that 142 that I lied about, remember? And I took the last 2 shots and gave it a 2 extreme spread at 2170. And I kicked out that first one. A lot of times when you're doing reloading, you'll find that the first shot is funny in a barrel. As you switch between stuff with molly powder, non-molly powder, different molly coatings, cool, it all affects it. And a lot of times your first shot is just crap. So that's Gunzorro. Thank you for attending the Gunzorro School of Reloading and load testing. Bye. Well, let's take a look at some of the guns that we use here in the sport of handgun silhouette. This one we got the offside, the backside. This is a custom Ram Pro pistol. And let's see what we got here. First thing you notice compared to a regular gun, it's got a hooded front competition sight. And inside that is an adjustable front post. Let's see if we can zero in on that. So that post will vary in width so we can get exactly the sight picture that we want to see. The rear sight is also a hooded sight, but this one is a Bomar sight with a lancing hood, which raises and lowers so you can make your sight adjustments. This screw right here is for your elevation. This screw on the other side is for your windage, left and right. You make your adjustment, and you close the hood back down. Now, this is a bolt action pistol. It's like a mini rifle. This is a single shot. There's no magazine under there. You put in one bullet at a time. This one was customized for me, and it's got the Gunzorro name engraved right into the receiver. That is so cool. So that's a very slick gun. Let's take a look at the front end. This is what really helps us out. This is a muzzle brake. This reduces the recoil. So you saw in the pictures with the load testing, there's hardly any recoil taking place. It's closed off on the bottom so it doesn't blow the socks off your feet when you're down there shooting in the what's called the Creedmoor position. And the barrel, as we mentioned while we were cooling it down, is a fluted barrel. That means it's got ridges carved out of it to reduce its weight while you have the increased thickness of the barrel still for added strength and rigidity. Let's take a look and see if we can look down these sights, and you'll get an idea of the sight picture I see while I'm looking down the shooting range. Yeah, it's a little bit of a challenge here, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's try to find that front sight in there. We put that front sight, we'll raise it up, in the middle of that notch, and then put the target right on top of it. I should put this in a vise, really. But I think you get the idea. Out here on the shooting range, this is the 200-meter range at LASC. We'll see some more of this weekend. And these are the swinger targets in the middle. These are for practicing, for getting your sight settings before you actually shoot in the competition. And the ram out here is at 200 meters. Turkey is at 150 meters. Pig and these other associated targets, that's 100 meters. And these little turkeys, this is for 22 shooting, not big bore, that's 75 meters. The big chickens and the other associated targets at 50 meters. And these are NRA Hunter pistol at 40 meters. We also have some stands here which are really tiny. They're a little closer at 25 meters. These are for IHMSA for some little tiny fifth size targets. We'll take a look at those tomorrow when we come out and film. But anyway, this is the shooting range. Each of these banks, there's 10 of them from left to right. They hold 5 targets each. And we shoot from essentially 50 to 200 meters. So, we'll take a look at this tomorrow, get a good idea what's going on up at the shooting match, and enjoy the beautiful California weather. Look at how gorgeous this is. You guys should all be out here shooting with us. What a great panorama. Well, thanks a lot for joining us today and coming up to do the load testing. Tomorrow I'm going to come up and shoot the match. It's a 2-day match, and put some of this experience to work, hopefully get some good scores. So, we'll see you later on. Hopefully all your reloading is safe and all your shooting is straight. It's Gunzorro. Thank you.